No chat. Yo, yo, yo. Mic check, mic check. All right, perfect. Good morning, y'all. Today we're gonna be looking at the Bitcoin markets. And we're gonna explore these markets and see what go on. And we can explore these markets and see log on. Let's see. And we can explore these markets and see log on. Let's see. And we can explore these markets and see log on. Let's see. And we can explore these markets and see log on. Let's see. And we can explore these markets and see log on. Let's see. And we can explore these markets and see log on.
Bro, no lie.
Let's see. It keeps repeating everything. And we can explore these markets and see log on.
Bro, no lie.
Let's see. It keeps repeating everything. And we can explore these markets and see log on. No, I believe it's because it was playing on my YouTube. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's start. How many viewers we got in here? Alright, let's get right into it, man. Start with Bitcoin. My draw for Bitcoin is around 122,000. I believe this is the all-time high. My draw for Bitcoin is around 122,000. I believe this is the all-time high. Yeah, so we have a bullish bias for the weekly. I believe you may be having the most explosive Bitcoin one up to date in the next few weeks, including this week. So it should be exciting. In terms of entries, well, let's go to the daily. Sorry. This is the daily inversion fair value gap that I'm looking at. I'm looking at this as like a line in the sand. We should not cross below. We should not get below it, right? Ideally, I don't even want us to get below the consequent encouragement in terms of a daily close. So as long as we stay clear of that, then we can see price make strides to all-time high and more for Bitcoin. In terms of entry, I do want this low to be taken, prior for me to go long, but I also understand that we don't necessarily have to do that, right? And these levels are also like decent levels where we could reject off, especially given that we don't want the consequent occurrence to be violated, right? So you can also do something like this to this, right? You can also do something like this, and you can expect some you can expect some reactions over here. We can see price definitely show some strength here for sure. And you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do something like this. Keep this here. Possibly validate that, but I kind of like this. Original consolidation, hit it, retest, left it. This is like a first stage. First stage. So we could be getting along here. Bitcoin, this literally could be the bottom for Bitcoin right now. So that's exciting. I also I want to go long on XRP. Oh, actually, it's exactly where I want to go long on XRP at. So we could be getting some nice trades today, man. Definitely. Got the altcoin, same thing. Uh, we hit this inversion fair value gap here, right? I mean fair value gap. Sorry, this large fair value gap. We hit it again here, and then we had a market structure shift here. So as long as we stay, I'm gonna bring this forward. As long as we stay, we could dig into this, but as long as we don't have any daily closes in within this fair value gap, I'm looking at this rejection block here, and possibly even to go back into this inverted fair value gap, all this high. So inverted fair value gap here, the midpoint and the high, what I'm looking at as draws. Right? And in terms of the daily, these levels are too clean here, way too clean, so we can be exploring that. Okay, so we have a long and XRP folding up soon. We currently went back into this inverted fair value gap, showed this daily high, and then, I don't know. So we have We also have Dogecoin possibly setting up, but I like XRP and Bitcoin right now. Now, what I want to look at is Bitcoin and ETH. I want to see, how ETH is holding up against Bitcoin. This could be the bottom, guys. So let's watch that. We have this clean highs here. Multiple wicks. Ideally, I would love for the day to close above this for me to go along. So as for daily, I don't really have a clear bias um on the weekly. If we can use this as an inversion fairly, yeah, that'd be nice. That's what I'm looking for to see if we can use this as an inversion fairly, yeah. But I believe we've bottomed though, so ETH could possibly be making a nice run here coming this week. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for ETH longs now. Well, it's not ready yet. Yeah, in terms of Ethereum, we had this nice close above, so that was clean. However, look at the rejection of this constant encouragement, though. That's a perfect rejection. So that's a little, makes me a little startled a little bit. It's too clean. Let's let's just draw that down. So now I need a candle close above this blue line for me to even think about going long, honestly. Because the reaction of this is too clean. Right? 729.86. So because we had this constant encouragement, I need to see more. And I think we're still going to be exploring higher prices eventually, but I gotta see more. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chill out on ETH and just focus on XRP and Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks very bullish, especially with these clean highs here. Very bullish. I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for XRP setup, but I'm gonna keep in mind a Bitcoin as well. So now we've dug into it. Nice. We have an original consolidation here. That's it. We have first stage accumulation here. Left it. Second stage reaccumulation here. We could begin a long setup right now. And plus you have these highs are too clean. Alright, so we could be getting a nice long here. Let's see what happens. Should- I like this. See if we can tag this signal right there. And for Bitcoin. Hmm. So for Bitcoin, I'm looking for something like this. Let me draw it out so you guys can see it perfectly. I'm looking for something like this, this, and then I'm expecting this to manifest by Thursday, AM session, something like this, something like this to manifest. So we'll see what happens. Buy side, sell side, sell side there. So yeah, buy side, sell side here. For my longs to operate, I'll need this to keep breaking down and take sell side. So we'll see what happens. What's up with the dollar? You know, we have all these tariffs going on at the moment, and we have this Trump and Elon having this little feud going on. I think it'll probably cause the dollar to sell off a little bit, right into the equal lows here on the week, right into these lows, possibly to hit this fair value gap here, which you can't see, but it is there. Trust. Make it this, possibly into this fair value gap here. So we'll see what happens. Right, as long as we stay below here. But we have these clean highs here though. We could want to explore that before we go down. But we don't have to. But for me to keep like shorting though, I'll need these levels right here to be violated on a daily close and then I'll really be weak. But in terms of long term, I think we're still coming down here. Which is obviously good for risk on. So we also have that going for us. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just bullish. I'm bullish to this fair value gap. That's my draw in the weekly for my weekly draw for NQ is this fair value gap here. And if we get above that, uses an inversion, and we're gonna looking at all time high. So we'll see for the dollar. Clean highs here, fair value gap here. So I'm looking at this for the daily. So we'll see what happens, but I'm bullish as well on this. So we can actually be looking for a long soon, actually. Having high here, there's a high, equal highs here. That's nice. forget, we also have these lows here that we could possibly wanna touch with this kind of encouragement. Yeah. So we'll see what happens here too as well. So ES bullish, very bullish actually. And Q, what do we have here? So we're extremely bullish on NQ. I mean, yes, I'm expecting NQ to at least fill his fair value gap here, so I'm bullish on that as well. Ideally, I would have loved to close above here, but we haven't had that yet. But that doesn't mean, we still can't exploit his fair value gap here. This is what I'm looking at. We came short of it. Wow, we also have relatively cool lows here for NQ. But we did take out these lows here. Just keep an eye on that. And then you have the Asian high here. So we'll see what happens. Piece that. Bring this right here. I really like ES though, so I'm probably gonna just stick to ES. I like ES seems more clean to me. It made a lower low, and Q failed to make a lower low, so I like ES. We have SMT for ES right now. Regional consolidation left it, hit top, and then we have your balance price range here. These highs are too clean, so I think we could be eventually be exploring it. But I must say, like, it's a clean, it's a clean draw here. If we can violate this, I'll be looking for longs, especially with this breaking down. Yeah, I'll be looking for nice longs. Let's see. So as of this moment, guys, we just wait. We just waiting, man. Waiting for a potential setup. And then yeah, we can get a setup here. We to take out these highs for ES, Bitcoin, XRP, all of them. You gotta go long on everything basically. Hopefully we can see some shake. It seems like XRP is having a setup form right now. The loan that we wanted to take, it seems like it's forming up right now, so we'll see. Uh, Yo, Bitcoin is set up perfectly. If you get in right now, place your stops because it's crypto. You gotta give it some space. So I'll probably get in right here. Put my stops at 0.33%. So I'm risking 0.33% to make like point. I'm risking 0.33% to potentially make about 5%. That's crazy. 0.33%, guys, to make possibly over 5%. That's a one. That's a That's a 7R. And if you lose, you're gonna lose like a tiny fraction. But yeah, I'm gonna enter it. I'm gonna do a I'm gonna do a Bitcoin future contract. This is not trading advice. This is just for entertainment. Yo, you should have canceled your buy bar thing and put it in that. about to buy Bitcoin futures right now. All in. How many? 15x market long. Already up $20. Look, 15x. Damn. My stop loss is only $80. 109.45. See what happens, y'all. I'm already in. At least we can look at this meantime. So once we get to 109, 800, we're gonna move our stops to break even. Or maybe just to these lows. So we're gonna cut our stops in half as soon as we take out this high. This is low resistance liquidity line, so we should easily take that. I'm gonna mark this fairly out here about there.